There we go. Boy, that was just hard as hell to get up there for no. That was just crazy. Yo, what's the word, gang? What y'all on, man? I see y'all up in here looking at me. Don't, look. I see you. I don't know who y'all is, but I see you. You can't play with me for now. What's the word, y'all? What y'all on? What y'all getting to? Bobby Brown, what y'all on for now? Hey, look. I was finna get a green screen, but if I get a green screen, I don't want to feel like I'm copying my boy Chris Barnes. I'm like, damn, but you need a green screen. It's like, should I get the green screen or yo, what's the word? What y'all on? Let me cut my phone down. Hey, yes, ma'am. You already know how it is. Y'all already know what the fuck it is and what the fuck it ain't. I don't gotta do too much explaining. What's the word? Get a green screen. William Kendrick. You already know Chris Barnes green screen raw. I'm like, if I get this, I don't want to make it sink because it's wrong timing. I should have been had it. What's the word, Black Lightning? Layla D. Yes, ma'am. You already know what it is. You talking about what Kodak do now? So look here. I made a video about Kodak Black a minute ago. I was all like, how he might be worse than Young Boy. People was like, what do you mean by that? When I say Kodak Black might be worse than Young Boy, I mean like the way his career going. He in and out of jail. He could have been locked up for 2 extra years right now for them. He could have been right there locked up for 2 extra years right now. He came out of jail like he was a changed man. Now he going down the same path just like Young Boy. So I'm like, all right, these two loose screws, you can't help him. And then the way he treated Jack Boy, even though Jack Boy made royalties, don't go to the Instagram. You feel me? If my homie, if Bishop 290, about me and Bishop 290 had some problems, I'm not gonna go to my Instagram or my YouTube and tell y'all that shit. That's just how I rock. I ain't gonna do that. So I feel like just the way that everything went, I'm like, man, I can't get jiggy with that. You feel me? I just can't vibe with it. There we go. Cause my girl in the shower, she might come out here naked. I don't want YouTube to flag me. But like I was saying, real stuff. The way he handled the whole Jack Boy situation, I said, okay, he ain't as thorough as what I thought. And then besides that, right after that, he's just the way he went about it. I'm like, he sounded a little slow. Like when he came out, he was all like that. I started that. Bro, who cares if you say it? I don't care if you say it, nigga. You can get into it with Pooh Shiesty about the word, about the sound. Fo, I say he's slow. I been thought Kodak was slow, cause look at him. Don't Kodak Black look autistic? On my son, bro. He look like a mentally challenged penguin. Kodak Black, that's my boy, but something wrong with him for no. When you look at that man, for I swear to God, he look like a motherfucking chihuahua. Oh baby, for Kodak Black like a chihuahua, and I be like, damn, bro. I be wanting to like, I be like, Kodak Black so real, cause he a real dude. Kodak Black, you official gang, but you have a mental problem. The smartest people in the world have some type of disability that's preventing them from either doing certain physical things or achieving certain mental aspirations. So Kodak Black has something where he probably can't read that way. No, he can read. Because when he said expeditiously, when he said that on live, I said, this nigga can say expeditiously? I said, this nigga, okay, so he probably can't do like, he probably got like some type of social weirdness. But Kodak Black look autistic, gang. And it's a lot of times I look at him, the decisions he made in life is a little bit on the slow end. We all got something wrong with us. You right. We all got something wrong with us. I be looking at myself sometimes like when it comes to people that I trust, like I got trust, like we don't got to get into my problems. But look, still swerving. What's the word, gang? What's the word? You know, I already know how I'm rocking with the whole Chris Barnes cap. But yeah, Kodak Black got a little mental problem, man. But besides that, I don't want to touch this on the Kodak Black part all the way, folks. You know what I'm saying? But as far as the young boy thing, folks. No, I said the young boy. I meant the Lil Durk. As far as the Lil Durk situation, that man got to get out of Atlanta. It's becoming too much like the rap. It's becoming too much like the rap for him. Now you got ops where you live. Yo, Wok, what's the word? What's your own game? But look, Lil Durk got to get up out of Atlanta, folks. Now you got ops in Atlanta. You left the rack to go get ops in Atlanta. You feel me, for them? You got Quando Rondo living in Atlanta. And I'm pretty sure Lil Durk got problems with everybody else. Because you remember, how many people in here know who Aunt Glizzy is? We still talking about Lil Durk. But who in here know who Aunt Glizzy is? Okay, I ain't gonna wait for all that. Aunt Glizzy is a dude who used to run with Shy Glizzy. He went on live exposing Shy Glizzy for getting into it with Lil Durk in Philadelphia. You hear me? So he said if it wasn't for him, Shy Glizzy would have got shot when Lil Durk and them people started busting. And when they came out the club, they was throwing bottles at each other. You hear me? Motherfucking. Hold on. He may have to leave. But anyway, look, like I was saying. So he exposed that about him getting to it with Shy Glizzy. And he supposedly, I don't know who from Lil Durk camp got the shooting at Shy Glizzy, but they got a song called White Girl. More of that story, Lil Durk is known for just his Chirac beef. But he got into it with other rappers that we probably don't know about. You get what I'm saying, bro? When it come behind this whole young boy situation, young boy like an outcast, but it's people who pick sides. Everybody want a young boy feature. So when you go against young boy, you're going against people who were like, man, bro, that young boy stimulus package it helped my career out. Think about how many rappers it could go for a young boy stimulus package. You force the people to choose sides for them. He said Durk may have to leave. Yeah. In Atlanta, bro, everybody walking around with just Jalen. What's the word? I don't know how to pronounce your. I'm gonna call you Zoe. Rodriguez Dezo. Dezo, what's the word? But when you leave Chicago, a place full of ops, to go get away from them, and then you still get ops. You need people run up in your crib, they run up in your house. Fo, that's a backdoor activity. How they know where you live? Don't nobody know where I live. You'll never know where I live. You'll know I'm in Iraq, but you'll never know where I live unless somebody told y'all. I'm talking about for me. If somebody was to put on the internet, Rico live right here, I guarantee you it's somebody who know me. And Lil Durk ain't post his address shouldn't be public. I don't know how it is in Atlanta, but his shit shouldn't be public, folks. That's backdoor activity. Why would you stay in Atlanta? He don't want to listen. These rappers smart. They pick and choose which cities they go to. Because why Durk can't go to LA? Sosa in LA. Why Ruger go to Rhode Island? Because Lil Durk in Atlanta and Sosa in LA. You feel me? All these rappers looking for their own cities and states they could take over. Durk thought it was going to be Atlanta. It was. He came to Atlanta. Boom, met Lil Baby, Gunna. Y'all remember that old interview? Durk said the only people he hang around was Lil Baby and Gunna. Years later, Durk hotter, just as hot. He probably hotter than Gunna right now, but he damn near just as hot as Lil Baby. So now you living in Atlanta, rich, and everybody around you can carry a gun. If they shoot you and can prove you had a gun on you, they going home or they gonna get a minor charge. So now, Durk, you living in a place where it's a cowboy state. Durk living in a cowboy city. I'm gonna put it like that. Atlanta, everybody got a gun on the hip, gang. Uncle J Bird, what's the word? Like, you feel me? Why would you want to stay in a place somebody's renting your house and everybody can carry a gun? I want to move to Atlanta because I can't carry a gun in Chicago. Legally, they won't let me have a gun. So it's like, what I'm gonna do if somebody say you asked me at RICO and you was talking F and I up my thing, I'm going to jail for first degree murder. I'm getting first degree murder for defending myself in Chicago. Like, fo. Like, why would you not want to leave Chicago? That's what I don't understand why people don't want. I'll move back to Texas. I'll move to anywhere with a self defense. I look shit up like that. I'll go to like anywhere where it's a self defense state. You feel me? Baby, Texas got to be really, bro. If Texas got BDs, if it's BDs in Texas, they probably gay. Cause what you doing riding another dude that nuts so hard, or you picking up a gang that don't have no ties in your state. You can't trust people like that. If you ever meet a BD in Arkansas, don't trust them. If you ever meet a BD in Arkansas, don't trust them. Nah, I ain't even gonna answer that though. Why would you ask me that though, gang? But yeah, like I was saying, more of the story. Why would you want to stay in a place where somebody could shoot you, folks? If you got a Dirk probably got a gun on him illegally every day. If somebody see that gun and shoot you, now you know what I'm saying, folks, they could put up an argument. They might not beat it, but they could put up an argument. Dirk gotta go move to Calabasas with Sosa. Ain't nothing gonna happen to you out there, bro. Sosa smoking good weed and he ain't worried about nothing nobody talking about. I'm trying to tell you that. Oh, this is a good question. This is a good question. A be the Don. You just opened the door for a real life answer. How many BDs did I know before 2012? Zero. It's been BDs all through Chicago, but since Chief Keef blew up, everybody flipped. Everybody flipped. You hear me? Everybody flipped. I never met a BD in my life until Chief Keef blew up. I'm from out west, but due to certain situations, I lived in the hundreds. I lived in Riverdale, Dalton. I lived everywhere. Everywhere. So when I first met a BD, I'm like, where you BD from? That's what I asked. It's BDs out west too. They from the jungle. Damn, hold on. They from the jungle, folks. That shit ain't right. That shit ain't right, bro. It's BDs from the jungle, gang. It's BDs from the fucking jungle. Like, you hear me? Durk and Chief and all, they not cool at all. They not cool at all, gang. Durk and Chief, I don't think they'll never be cool again. Just the way Lil Durk did. Lil Durk bogus, bro. Lil Durk really, really, really bogus. I'm not gonna lie, bro. T Slay, what's the word? What's on? What y'all on? What my boy say? I gotta highlight that. No, I don't think they cool at all, bro. Lil Durk picked his side. Y'all seen what King Von said? Who Chain he gonna take next? I ain't see that honestly until the Vote posted it. Shout out the Vote TV. They be on all the drill. But when I first seen that, folks, I was like, damn, Von really said that? And that's who anybody Chief Keef had a problem with. Lil Durk picked their side. The Migos. He signed like just anybody. Just name somebody. Just name the time Lil Durk was on Chief Keef's side. Level. Hold on, what he say? Hell no. Hell no. Hey, hold on. I ain't on no weird shit, but I gotta go grab something. Hold on 1 second. Whew. I had to go grab that. Y'all, what y'all thought? What y'all thought? But no. Okay, I'm back. I'm back. Hold on, wait. I missed a whole bunch. Run to go get that from the refrigerator. My fault. Was never like that's weird, bro. Like, how could you be mad at somebody for that for all that? Like, I don't get it. Like, I don't get it, gang. Okay. But yeah, he was never on this side for them. He was never on this side. Like, that was weird. Like, how you, why y'all think he was into it, folks? Hari TV, what's the word for no? Why y'all think he was into it? Like, why you think Lil Durk and Chief Keef couldn't get along, gang? I just want to know that before I give my opinion. He talking about you taking a shit. No, nigga, I ain't taking no shit, folks. No, what's wrong with you? Don't never come on and ask me, am I taking no shit? But no, though, Thunderbird was the price 50 twice. But now though, do a status update collaboration. Man, we'll work on it. We working on it. But look, real stuff though. On my baby, real stuff. Durk was never on Chief Keef's side. I feel like because in the beginning, when Durk had the clout, he didn't reach out to Sosa when Sosa needed that. So then I feel like everybody acting like. Then when Chief Keef came on, he wanted to return the favor to people who wouldn't support him, folks.
What's up? I was shitting. They asked, was you shitting? I was shitting. Damn, he on? My bad, y'all. On some real shit. What's the word, though? I'm late as fuck. Damn. How you feeling, though?
What's the word, gang, man? Look, you know I'm a busy man, folks. Now you supposed to be right on time, but it's
Oh,
okay.
hey,
We can let
hey,
you was taking the shit. That's cool. I understand how to be.
hey, I'm gonna tell y'all something. Rico finna fire me. I've been fucking up all week, bro. On some real shit. Damn. I ain't got my mic plugged up and shit. I hope y'all could hear me though. You feel me? Y'all hear me? Let me slap myself for Rico. What's the word though, gang?
What's the word, my boy? What you on, man? What you been on for them? I won't go tell the people how the week went, but I'm glad you at least took responsibility.
Of course. I mean, y'all as y'all don't if y'all don't know, me and Rico, man, we've been getting up on some business shit, man. So I was damn near late. I woke up at 6:30. You feel me? So, we got some shit in the works, but I ain't know I was that late. You ain't mad, you know? But I dropped I fumbled a couple of times, but small shit to a giant. You
Real
feel?
shit. Hey, the gooch. Hey, the gooch. I see you backstage, bro. But I ain't gonna open the chat up to at least about the 30-minute mark. So you can hang back there if you want to, gang. But you can come back when they hit 30 minutes. That's at least about 10 more minutes, 11 more minutes. Then I'm gonna start letting people on, gang. What is that in the background, folks? What's that?
Me?
Yeah.
That wasn't me.
No, I'm talking about that game. Hey,
Oh,
that's irrelevant. You just see, look, I'm sipping, bro. Look, that's irrelevant. No. Somebody just commented.
That's out to be. That's out to be. That's some old school. Saying.
They said put that nigga on a 10-day contract. I ain't gonna. But look, Bodil don't run. Hey, look, I tried to get up with Bodil. Listen up. Look at him. Bodil, he signed L Hitler, RJ the MVP, Big Boss Damo, Juicy Fruit. Bodil signed a lot of artists. So I made a video about a video about L Hitler and Finny Boy beef. Our L Hitler producer hit me up. I tried to get an interview. He said hit a Bodil. I called Bodil phone. Bodil like he said give him the number. I called his phone, folks. I'm like, I'm thinking it's finna be Bodil. It was a voicemail. It was like, you have reached the voicemail of Brandon Dickerson. It said, please leave a voicemail after the beep. I said, on baby, Bodil wants some professional. I signed the Bodil game, but Bodil don't be on that. You don't nobody run out west. You can't say somebody run out west when they don't. But look here.
Yeah, I never.
You see the title, bro? Because you late for them. Did you at least see the title? Because you late to them, motherfucker.
I saw the title, man. We was both late. You ain't started at 7:00. Shit, god damn it. Hold on now. We was both late. Shit, we both gonna take responsibility. But yes, I think Dirk should leave Atlanta. I feel that uh if he don't leave, his spot is it's okay. His shit is compromised, bro. Once they found out, you never know. Like Chief Keef in Atlanta, but it's like motherfuckers know exactly what part of uh Atlanta Dirk in. You know what I'm saying? So I just think he should get up out of there and really move somewhere remote. It ain't nothing wrong with moving out the country. You know what I'm saying? Ain't nothing wrong with moving to a dead state. Uh, anywhere where it ain't that much gang shit going on. You know what I'm saying?
Damn.
Not no popping place like Atlanta. You feel me?
Yeah, they said Biz Marquis died. R.I.P. Biz Marquis. But Juicy Fruit, hey T Slade, yeah, Juicy Fruit, the chick, she signed a bold deal. Probably management. Sharita, what's the word? She said good evening. They messed with your your blazer. But
Huh?
hey, you shout out Chicago Real News. He did give us a shout out. Shout out, bro. I appreciate that. Oh baby, that's love. That's straight love. That's he one of the reasons why I started it. But they said Dirk moving to prison. Facts. Ooh, that's a touchy subject, man. I feel like it's a
What?
RICO. They finna try to do Dirk like young boy. They gonna try to hold him in there on some state charges, on the case he got, or they're gonna give him they gonna do something, bro. Where he gonna think it's sweet, and they finna come with them Fed cases. And they done raided, yeah, Lil Durk. They raided Timo House. They raided O Block, and then they just went in his house.
I feel like everybody going what you call it? Like what you say? It's like a RICO charge. So they finna try to bring everybody down like they do in New York, bro. So they just if the FBI involved federal cases, they've been building up the fucking cases. You know what I'm saying? They've been building up evidence. We don't know who talking. Y'all say snitching. So somebody probably implicated somebody in a whole bunch of shit. But yeah, they on motherfuckers' ass. They finna. I don't know what rap finna turn into next, but I think all the gangster shit probably gonna die down because people they gonna make lessons out of people. You know,
What make lessons? Niggas already made lessons out of. Folks, did you see?
it ain't
Like
niggas learning yet. They not learning yet.
they
They
not gonna
still
never learn. It's always gonna be a Chicago dissing somebody in the song will never end. Long as it's
back.
long as it's gang members, folks. Long as it's gang members, it will always be a new dead nigga getting smoked in the song.
And who started that? And it stopped. But look, it started off smoking somebody started off as a good thing, like on some how high type shit. Like we smoking bro in the air. And then somebody flipped it, and it's like the negative always wins because that was smoking somebody was supposed to be positive, bro. If don't nobody know, so
Mm-hmm.
smoking Tuka was supposed to that was started by his guys. It wasn't started by. It only got popular when they was dissing, but that just goes to show you, like, when somebody take your material and they get famous off of it, like, because Duckman was a smaller crowd, but, like, say, for instance, somebody watching me and they like my swag and they on a bigger platform and they kind of doing what I'm doing. That's kind of like what Chief Keef and them did to Duckman. They
Right,
switched,
right, right.
they made it their own thing. You know what I'm saying? Because it was supposed to be a good thing. So dissing, that shit just, everybody liked the negative, bro. I don't know.
True.
That's why we kind of like out the whack because we don't like really focus on the negative. Like you never get nowhere, you never win with this shit. That shit eat up your spirit.
I mean, you can't like. I ain't gonna lie to you, bro. It ain't always about being negative. People be thinking when people in the streets, they just want some. Like somebody just said. Remember though, they only rated it because they had a shootout. Dirk ain't want that to happen. He trying to escape the negativity. They brought that to him. So it's like you can't say Lil Durk followed by a curse. You can't say he dissing people bring bad stuff to him. It's just some people unlucky. And then it's
I, I
like
ain't saying about
no,
him.
I'm not talking about you. I'm just going off of this comment I just highlighted. Remember though, they rated it because they had a shootout. Then I was going off something else you said. But
Okay, can we talk about what is a shootout? Did anybody get hit?
a shootout is when you shoot and somebody shoot back.
So did they catch the assailant? Did they catch the people?
Nah, they
Or
ain't
the
catch him. They ain't
okay,
catch
so
him.
alleged shootout.
Hey,
I,
can I ask y'all this though? With the police being involved in that shootout, Do y'all think Lil Durk gonna cooperate with the police? Like turn over footage and all that shit. Not saying he can't, but that's the image that people want him to portray. They want to make it seem like he can't be a victim. So do y'all think Lil Durk will cooperate with the police, turn over footage, give his interview statement, or just whatever else? Like, what do y'all think?
With him turning over the footage, is to help himself. Is that self preservation?
You still going off that one comment that says snitching is self preservation.
No, I'm asking a question though. That's I'm saying like because I'm trying to go for it. Do we? Is it not cool to like cooperate with the police? Is it a double standard? Is it like when you in danger? Let me give you an example. A nigga steal a TV and somebody breaking his crib and steal that TV. Some niggas will call the police and like report that shit stolen. Or like I ain't gonna get too deep like into that shit. I'm not going back to that shit. You be it seems like you get irritated when I go back to that shit, but
To
that's up
what?
to you. Is it snitching? Is it bad if he cooperate with the police? Is what I'm
No,
asking.
no. I just asked the same question. I ain't getting irritated nothing. I was prepared with this question, with the whole Rich Way Tiller situation. If the now that's the situation where it's like if India would have died of them running in his house, just like Rich Way Tiller's daughter died for them sliding on him. It's like two things. Imagine if India would have died in that situation. Well, Dirk would have been wrong for cooperating with the police. What y'all think? And he had no way of knowing who he is. Because that situation could have just went a whole lot of different directions.
I keep remembering the same question you asked me though. Um, like in the hood, like if somebody kills somebody, you can't say nothing. So you can't like have a
Hold
you
on, bro.
can't
Somebody just now go
it can't
ahead.
be sometimes type shit. You know what I'm saying? Either we is not working with the police or we either we not working with the police or we is. It ain't no I sometimes well in this case, nah, like pick a side, either or.
Right
Like
way. Ain't no work with the police. But I was just finna what I was finna say.
right. So if
Somebody
Indy
just
was
said we some young niggas, Biz Mark. She say she just a friend. You, oh baby, you.
you,
I know all about that, boy. Don't play with me like that. Stop it. RP that man. I don't know, RP
he was
Biz
cold.
Marquee, man.
He was cold on the real.
Oh baby, you. That's
He
all.
was
Is that the only song you know by Biz Marquee? What about
he
y'all? Somebody in the
storyteller.
comment section
That's
name a
my
Biz Marquee song.
she got the vapors. Then he right did he make that? She got the vapors. On my
But no,
soul.
it's just like that's a good song we could touch on too, real quick though, because when rappers die, they become bigger than what they was in their career. I feel
What
like the
now?
only rapper who didn't blow up over big when they died was King Von. King Von was so big when he was alive, people were sad when he died. Wasn't nobody happy the nigga died and wanted to go listen to his music. They was sad than the motherfucker.
I ain't listened to King Von in months. I ain't listened to Crazy Story. I don't listen to Duck or Von no more. I can't. I can't watch their videos, interviews. It don't seem right no more. Cause it was like we knew them, which we did, shit, cause we could relate.
Mm,
My
I
damn
don't know.
phone.
I don't know, bro. It's just like Nipsey Hussle was a great man. I was on him early in 2010 and
Mm-hmm.
2011 when he came out with Kendrick Lamar. I ain't gonna lie to you, they both of them they came out around the same time.
Right.
And, but I can only name a couple songs from bro. And I don't want that to be every rapper's legacy, man. That's why these dudes got to stand for something like Lil Durk. He shouldn't start dissing now, bro. Why are you starting to dissing now that Von gone? At first it was like do it for Von. You know what I mean? Everybody was do it for Von. That's why Dirk doing it. But now
Remember,
it's the point. If he keep dissing, it's like you trying to portray an image that you know you don't live no more. And
Dirk
it's
been out for a long time. Y'all, I mean, what was the Dirk had a little stint where he wasn't really hidden when he was doing like the love song for the streets, but then his biggest songs was like, what was that song? Uh, I damn
uh,
won't no
He
more. They don't auto tune
he lived
no
that
more.
life already. Before he could talk about it. Yes, go
The
ahead.
street songs, when he was doing the auto tune,
He
wasn't
said
doing
another
that.
thing is he felt like
That's
he
when
lived that life already, so like he could portray it because he did it. You know what I'm saying?
True. Baby. My fault, bro. She most definitely just she just laid the out some jewels. She said,
I know,
"Look, I can hear.
I heard. Mhm.
I couldn't really hear with these headphones on. That's why I ain't think that. But that's a valid point. That's a real valid point. He felt like he lived that life, so he could rap about it as much as he want. I agree. You know, I feel like with this shootout that just happened with Lil Durk in India, people can't say Lil Durk ain't like that no more. I feel like it's a lot of people that say Lil Durk ain't like that, bro. But it's a lot of people who will get to have a gun and freeze up. I know somebody who won't shoot a gun if you slap him. If you slap me while I got a gun on me for, I have to shoot you. It don't matter if you survive or not. And it's in the ass, the leg, the arm, the wrist, because you got the gun on you now. Nigga, just think you. It's certain rules to life when you come from different environments. It's sad to say, but if you come from the suburbs, you don't have to live by certain rules. If you a civilian, if you're not in the streets, there's certain rules that don't apply to you, honestly. But if you call yourself a street dude, and you doing this and that, there's certain rules that go to the life that you wanted to live until you decide to get out of that life. Now, when you decide to get out, you live the life you want to live. But when you in the streets, certain rules apply.
And yeah, I feel don't put unless you're gonna use it. Shit. So yeah, if somebody slap you with a gun, why you got a gun? If you he not even gonna get that close to slap you. If somebody walk, if you feel like you got to pull a gun, and somebody walking up on you, yeah, it's over with. Get back. So he wouldn't even slap you for what you were saying. Like if you got to shoot him, yeah, of course.
Well, you know, Soldier Boy, that's how he damn near caught his first body. Nigga slapped him. Nigga,
I'm
nigga,
sure he gonna be coming at your
I'm
ass.
baby before he hit Soldier Boy with that. What? Soldier Boy hit his ass with that. He do. You seen him? You seen the story? That nigga said.
That's when that man come out you. Like you got to do shit. Just even if you don't feel it's right, it's just that pride shit. And Joe, you gotta the image too. Shit, something happen, anybody get slapped, you gotta do something. Shit, win or lose. So
They said that shit was staged. Dirk trying to shift the energy. That's what you think? Y'all think the little Dirk thing was staged?
he do got a tour coming up, him and Lil Baby. But I mean, he's so private. You never know. Like that's one
Right.
thing I can say. You never know about Dirk. He don't let the social media get to him. He like a mystery. And India too. She don't be on that shit either. So they go good together. I
So
just
y'all think honestly, bro? Keep it real. Keep it real. Before I get my opinion, you think Shaka LS. I don't even know how to pronounce that. Love from $2. I appreciate that. Everything you just said was valid. I mean, everything you just did was very valid. I appreciate that.
oops, I ain't mean to do that. My bad. Shout out.
I'm gonna drop that comment section I'm gonna drop that link if anybody want to join. But you think it was staged between Lil Durk, that whole shootout? It's a conspiracy theorist in the building. I know that. So do what you believe, bro. Before I get
Me,
my opinion. Yeah.
uh, well, I think it couldn't have been staged though if all them damn police was out there unless that was just too much. What was done in the dark comes in the light, but India come from that though, so I believe that she was busting back. She if we rich bro and motherfuckers on our ass, you gotta be like stay ready and you ain't gotta get ready. So I think it was easier than what people make it seem. Dirk probably had a big ass house. You see motherfuckers coming, so they probably was ready for him. So I
Mm-hmm.
mean, like we from this shit. So no matter what we go, we gon' think like we in Iraq anyway. Just because he in Atlanta, if he in Wyoming, if he anywhere, no matter where, gonna be ready with them bitches. I wonder how they
I'm
pulled him
baby.
out. Did they have like a secret wall or something, or did she press the wall and then they all come down like from the ceiling or something? Like I wonder how they got the guns out though, and what type of guns what they. I bet it was some crazy shit though, some cold shit. So I don't think it was no shooter. I think they shot them niggas out the house. I don't think they was shooting back and like John Wick and shit. I think they was just busting at their ass. You feel me? A
Oh,
shootout
really?
more than one gun, but I think they shot them niggas out the crib. Them niggas wasn't shooting back. They was trying to get the fuck up out of there.
I heard they were shooting back. Baby, I heard they were shooting back for them. You know what I mean? And I just feel like people can't sit up here and say. I feel like I'm not gonna lie. For some reason, people in Chicago disposition to shoot a gun. I know some people. It's only one dude I met in my life who won't shoot a gun. That nigga named Bookie, and he would not shoot a gun. You couldn't get this man to shoot a gun. He'll talk about it all the time. This nigga said, I need some headphones to shoot a gun. What the fuck? What the fuck is wrong in your life, nigga? Well, you scared to shoot a gun in the air.
And them bitches be loud. You ever, it's the difference between shooting a gun outside and in the house, right? Like, if you shoot a motherfucking gun in the house, like if I shoot a big ass gun up in here, like you have a shootout in a closed area, like you can. What's them fucking bombs and shit? Like, I don't know. Like, the shit is different. Like, everybody will go deaf. You fuck around, can't hear shit, be dizzy and shit. But I don't, but to say to bro, I don't know. But I know it's a difference, though. Like, when people have shootouts in the house, the gun, it'll affect your ass on my soul way different than outside. But why bro scared to shoot the blick?
I don't know why the nigga scared to shoot a blick. It ain't like the nigga said I'm scared. It's just every time I shoot that motherfucker on my daddy, you get to him, man, give me some earplugs. What the fuck? And the closest thing to earplugs is headphones. And then the nigga still ain't shoot it. It just that's the moral of that story is everybody in Chicago is not a killer. But it's a lot of people in Chicago that's dispositioned to shoot guns. Like it's some people that's dispositioned to like, all right, if my parents was addicts, they say with me being the son of addicts, I'm dispositioned to get high on drugs. That's what psychologists say. So let's take that same psychology to the streets. If your daddy a killer, your homie a killer, your brother a killer, your friend a shooter, you see guns all your life. And that's what you it don't matter if you do good in life, you gonna want to have like everybody. I don't know, bro. You ain't never had that itching where you just want to shoot somebody.
Me? No, I don't think so. I don't be shooting somebody easy. If I like, if you want to shoot somebody, I mean you want to kill them, right?
You don't have to like. Sometimes
say what I do, but I'd rather do it personally. Like if I really want to kill you, like if somebody threatening my family, I ain't gonna shoot you. I want to do it with my bare hands though, or like something more personal. So now I don't even take the route of shooting somebody.
So you want to pop a motherfucker?
Yeah, but I never had the urge to go shoot somebody. No, like I'm gonna get up and go shoot this. No, not to no. I don't got that type of energy because that's the nigga. I be thinking about titties and shit all day. So I don't be waking up thinking about dudes, but I don't be having no beef like that though. Don't know.
But look. The reason I'm asking that though is because they think everybody in Chicago is straight killers. Until you see people like that get did like Lil Reese got did. I mean, you be like, damn, I thought he was the Grim Reaper. It's not about Lil Reese. This is about people in Chicago and in people that's in Alaska. And they ask everybody in Chicago a killer. So if you see somebody get dead like that, you like, damn. You gotta realize Chicago has everyday people in it. And I get asked all the time, how you still alive at 25? Because nigga, since 22, I've been minding my motherfucking business. It's all about what you want out this life.
It's a lot of people too, but it's like maybe 25 to 30 people that the whole world see that they think that Chicago is, and they all under 30.
Durk would come in the face of Chicago. What you think about that? You talking about Alaska catching bodies? Go look it up. Boy, ain't nobody in Alaska killing nothing, nigga. Them grizzly bears eating people when they go to work. That's what's going on in Alaska for them.
If we look up the facts, bro, it's more other races killing they own than black people. black people only what, like 13% in America. So it's like it's other shit like them, like they be eating people and shit, or like John Wayne Gacy, like they be killing kids and shit like that. So they just spotlighting it on us, but they got the murders and shit on AE every day. This I keep saying the snapped and them people, them killers too, and they killing 5, 6 people before they get caught. Serial killers. There's not a lot of black serial killers.
It's not a
You know,
lot of, but if it's not a lot of black serial killers, then what makes a motherfucking driller a real life killer from Chicago? What is
half
he? If he
half of
caught
the,
5 bodies,
half of the time it's in defense.
no,
So
niggas be op shopping. I almost got put in the motherfucking shopping cart a couple
mm,
times. Seriously, niggas be
be-
op shopping. They don't give a fuck who you is. I'm from out west. They don't give no fuck. I'm a full court. I don't give no fuck. What you doing right here? They op shopping. They don't give a
I
fuck.
don't go right there.
You said who?
I say that's why I don't be going right there or nowhere, because that's how it is in Chicago, bro. And the guns getting more powerful, so it's more powerful killers and little villains and powerful guns that they can't control. There's no point of going where you don't need to be going. It ain't no more kicking it right now on some real shit.
Yeah.
What that
Why you
say?
don't think that?
Would y'all consider Von or Ki a serial killer? I would. How y'all even know about them?
What's
Ivana,
up?
what's up? How you doing?
Yo,
How you doing, King?
Most definitely, nothing much, nothing much. Trying to get this channel up and busting. You already
I,
know.
it is busting. I love your channel.
Appreciate it. I'm working on it. But me and bro got this show. It ain't even about the channel no more. We trying to get this show busting.
Yeah, I see him. I listen to y'all, but you just can't see my comments because I was blocked by mistake, so you
I'm
can't see
sorry.
what I say. So that's okay.
That was me when me and the dude who looked like No Limit Wet. We sitting at the table
Yes,
shooting at the
yes,
comment section.
yes, because it was going crazy that day. Like it was a lot of stuff going on that day in the
Yeah.
chat. But I wanted you to come on my platform because a lot of the other states, especially New York, is really concerned about what's going on in Chicago.
In
And
Chicago?
yeah, because it just seems like I don't know, like the brother was just saying, is that they just reporting everything that goes on over there, but
Mm-hmm.
it's getting a little out of control in New York too, but not
Mm.
as bad as Chicago. I think it's because we get familiar with the people because of the internet, and then they rap and stuff too. So we get familiar with them.
But I noticed though, since Chirac drill became a big thing, New York been getting very violent. And then with that rapper Eli Frost, I listen to him. He got a song with Vaughn and Chef G and all that, and YW Melly, I think. Eli Frost just got locked up for attempted murder and aggravated
Yeah, you
assault.
can't. They can't do that over here. Like they don't have the. That's why I question the authority over there because the stuff that they're letting people get away with in Chicago, they could never do over here.
Mm.
Like as far as Cook County, with I was trying to get people to explain to me how that could happen in front of a jailhouse because I know y'all are all familiar with Rikers Island, right?
I know exactly what Rikers
Now,
Island is.
Rikers Island is surrounded by water. You can't even get off of Rikers Island without getting in a boat. But they got snipers on the roof. They got all kinds of stuff surrounding that jail.
yeah.
It's no way that could happen here.
So I'm sorry to cut you off, but I think people getting it misconstrued because it's like Dre, he was in a jail. Like, right, is Rikers Island a prison or like a county jail?
Prison.
It's a
Right.
prison.
So the county, I don't think it's like what people escaping or nothing because it's not prison. Yeah, you go to the county before you get sent off the prison. You go to the county where
Okay,
you
okay. It's like the bookings, like the booking area.
can. It's like a jail, not prison.
Yeah,
It's like
yeah.
So you wait on your court date. So it's a lot of inmates in there, and it's overcrowded. So that's why they kind of letting people out and in. The COVID kind of messed up everything. So it's kind of like I don't know. Like they said, like the news was saying that it should be harsher rules for the convicts, but it's just so packed in the jail that some people kind of get let out. Like they kind of finesse their way out. So he paid a bond and he got out. But it's not like a prison where it's the guard, like the regular people could walk up in there. I don't think regular
So
people just
it don't
walk.
be no cops out there at all. Like it don't be no cops in the area
Yeah,
outside.
I'm not gonna lie. Okay, so when I caught this little drug case, I just got our papers for, and when they letting you out of Chicago or out of Cook County Jail, on your way out, once you go to court and they say they finna give you an I bond or you going upstairs. If you get that I bond and you get released at 9 p.m. that night, you going through 10 different bullpens. They're gonna drag you from here for 30 minutes and take you to the next one as you get closer and closer to the front of the door, front of the building. Once you get there, they're gonna call all the people going upstairs and all the people going outside. Once you say you're going outside, they give you all the stuff you got locked up with in a little bag and all that. You go outside and whoever you call or whoever know you coming home, they gonna be outside waiting on you. So KTS Dre, he had his mom waiting on him. Before I get to that part, it's always officers in that front building as you go through that turnstile. As you go through that turnstile, it's at least 2 to 3 officers sitting behind that glass like a CTA booth or a train station booth. And once you go out them doors, there's no police officers.
Oh my goodness, that just
Because
really messed me up.
because regular people could walk in and out. So it's like he was down the street. He walked down the street because it don't never be no parks. Like it just be cars and cars and cars
Never
coming.
no parks.
So you got to
Never no parks.
get a park to go visit somebody. You have to park maybe at least a quarter of a mile, 2 miles. You know what I'm saying? 2 blocks away. Then you got to walk all the way. They probably got to pay a damn high ass meter because we got to pay for everything in Chicago. It's so expensive here. So
Yeah, it's expensive here too.
and it's not like snipers or because that's not the prison. What's our prison? Statesville. It's somewhere out of Chicago.
It's like states. It's a men prison in Statesville.
Ain't no prison in Chicago. It's only
Or
jail.
Joliet.
So all of it from the south side and the west side. So it's like however many convicts it is out of the 2.6 million people here, they go to that one holding place, and it's not enough. It's backdated court dates. And what is that rule about the speedy trial or something like that?
If they don't produce evidence within a year, you free to go.
So it's like people just getting off on that stuff. Like they sometimes they just be waiting. Like, all right, dang, we ain't get to him. So if it's 50% killers up in there, 25% of them gonna get out. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know.
I just wish I could snap my fingers and just stop everything right now. I wish I could.
It'll never end. It will never end. The violence in Chicago, it can't end.
And I don't know what this means, but I think what's the definition of a catch-22? It's like we want everything to be better, but we it's a rule not to work with the police.
Right.
It's some certain people. It's some certain codes.
Well, let me tell y'all what happened over here. Because I was trying to explain this to a few people how they cleaned up New York City, because New York City was very, very similar to this during the crack era. Very, very similar. Same energy. Death everywhere. Shootings everywhere. It was out of control. If it wasn't the street dudes, it was the mob, because we had the 5 families here. So what happened was, once John Gotti killed Paul Castellano in the city area where the rich people was at, and the street dudes killed a police officer that was guarding a witness's house in front of, and in his squad car, shot him in his head execution style and left him there. That's when New York City changed. Like it took something like that for them to finally do. And what they were doing was, they did just like they did to O Block. They started sending people into the projects. At first, they didn't do nothing. But New York City projects is a little bit different. We got, like, it could be in a 1 mile radius, 2 or 3 apartment complexes. So what they
big
did
ass complexes.
Big complexes, because it's 8 million people in New York City. So when this guy walked, when they started to round up all the gang members and all the people that were affiliated, they call it crews. They don't call it gangs here. They call it like crews or whatever. When they started rounding them up, they was rounding them up 50 to like 80 at a time, y'all. Like they would go to each project in each area and round up hundreds or 50 to 60 people at a time. And this went on for maybe 10 years, and that's how they cleaned up New York City.
Wasn't that Pappy Mason who killed the officer?
Yes, it was Pappy. Yes, it was Pappy, the Supreme Team. Yes.
What is the laws? It's stricter gun laws in New York, right?
Yes, ever since then, yes, and they used the RICO statute. That was the first time the RICO statute was implemented
Yeah, I
because it
think
was
that.
sitting there until 1970, but they didn't start using it till the early 90s when they took down the mob, and then they started using it on the street people.
Mm. So I can ask this question because somebody just said this. I'm glad you from New York City. Is this true that the Bloods didn't become a thing until the early 2000s?
They didn't become a thing. I could tell you exactly when that started happening. After Big died, after Big got killed in '97, that's when I started really seeing an influx of the Blood Gang membership. But there
Mm.
wasn't a lot of murders and stuff going on though. They were just, a gang. They weren't really bothering nobody. They At first they had this initiation thing where they was just cutting random people and crazy stuff like that, but that died down.
Mm. What about
So
the GDs?
I'm just hearing about the GDs. I'm not too far from Pop Smoke's neighborhood. I'm in
Mm.
East New York, Brooklyn, and I started. Those are mostly West Indian people that's involved in that.
Mm.
It's not
For
really
real?
too much Americans with the woos and the choose thing. Like it's mostly West Indian people doing that.
Mm.
And if
Like
you
Pop
don't want
Smoke,
to,
right?
right, the Pop Smoke is Panamanian like me. He's Panamanian. I think his mother's Panamanian and his father's Jamaican. But
Y'all
over
have
there,
a sorry to cut you off. Y'all have a lot of Spanish descent, and because I see a lot of flags like from like Dominican Republic,
New York
Cuba,
has every nationality or ethnicity you can name. New York has them. People are
right?
here. Yeah,
A
it's a
lot of
melting
Spanish descent.
right.
Yeah,
But y'all are the only state that has like Jamaican, like us, and y'all are very similar to us in so many ways that other
yeah.
states are not similar to us. Like y'all wear Timbs, y'all know about the snow, y'all know about the cold, y'all use
Oh,
certain slang that we use, and we never even really. I mean, y'all
and
using slang over there that we used to use in the '80s here, and I find that to be very amazing.
What slang
Like
is that?
like wet them up and stuff. Nobody was saying that. Like I haven't heard that since the '80s till I started watching drill, like listening to drill.
Mm.
I wasn't hearing that anymore.
a lot of stuff coming back around, just like the juice haircuts, the high top, the low level fades.
Mhm.
Now that I'm on, I'm like, I never thought I would see, the kids and stuff wearing, the high top, the two tone whatever boxes and stuff like Bishop off juice. So
Somebody said I'm 40 years old on New York on YouTube streets. No, sweetheart, I'm not 40. I'm 53.
Mm.
I'm not 40. I'm 53, and I'm the only one that can tell y'all exactly how it went down because I was there.
Mm.
she had to get on camera.
And I'm
That's
53, and I don't look like I'm 53 either. So,
Hey, y'all be respectful.
for real. Ain't no disrespect will be allowed on, especially to the ladies. Stop playing.
Exactly. No disrespect will be
so
tolerated.
yeah,
Where my moderators at, man?
I felt like I had to come and step into this genre because it was a repeat of what I saw before. So that's what made a lot of people my age is looking at this because it reminds them of that era. But y'all wouldn't know that because y'all wasn't here. But us being here and being the age that we are, we know that. So that's why we come around and we be in here and we be talking like this because somebody got to tell y'all. Y'all are us. You know what I'm saying? So I have to come through and tell y'all what's going on. I have to.
That's
So
facts.
that's what made me tap into the drill scene. And plus, also, we was just hearing numbers, y'all, at first. Like those of us that didn't know about drill, we was just hearing numbers. 73 got shot on the weekend. 80
Mm-hmm.
got shot on the weekend. And we was like, what's going on over there?
That's not the drill, though. It's
I
been
know,
like this for every year I've been
but,
born. It's been like that. It's never
but
been under 50 people.
I'm not saying it's because of drill. I'm just saying, like, drill kind of explained to me about the gang stuff that's going on a little bit. It gave me
Okay.
a little bit Because I was thinking that it was the cops. I was like, ain't no way people shooting each other like that. It's got to be outside of shooting and trying to make it look like it's the gangs. That's what my feelings were. And there was a councilwoman that came out and said this from Chicago at one point. I don't know what happened to her, but she came out and said that she felt like I was feeling. So I don't know.
When you say the councilwoman, you talking about Lori Lightfoot?
No, it wasn't Lori Lightfoot. It was a councilwoman. She's the mayor. It was a council person that said
that. I didn't know you was that in tune with Chicago politics.
This was even before I even was paying attention to Chicago, but it was like the news, you know, on Facebook things circulate. People were circulating that the councilwoman has said that. You know what I'm saying? Because it's a concern for Black people who care about their ethnicity. We may not know y'all, we may not be from there, but y'all are still us to me. I mean, you know what I'm saying?
It goes up way past us, because it's like not to say the government, but it's like crooked people everywhere. It's crooked people on both sides, as far as the members and just the people who's supposed to be governing, whatever how you say that, us. So they don't care, and it's like they crooked too. It's some bad politicians too. Not to really put my face out there like that, but it's like we need more help. But they trying to help themselves first. And I don't know how all these military weapons is getting in Chicago.
I'm gonna tell you another thing I'm gonna tell you another thing, because people was telling me about the crates being left on the south side of Chicago.
That's true.
Now,
true.
People was telling me that same thing. I see somebody in the chat had mentioned Brownsville. That's what they did in Brownsville back in the days. They left trucks of ammunition and guns there, and left the truck there and left it open. So you mean to tell me that if you didn't see that and you knew about that happened 20 years ago, you wouldn't look at Chicago and say it's the same thing that's going on?
You know,
it's the same formula.
I have a story. You know, the police used to ride around our neighborhood and pick us up, and they threaten to take you to jail unless you get them a gun, like a hidden gun. You know, you always have a gun in the gangway or something, like just in case. That's how it used to be when I was growing up. So they used to try to pick us up. We used to run though. They used to try to pick us up, put us in the back seat, and scare us and be like, take us to the gun, or we're gonna take you out of jail. You know, we was little kids around that time. And then they'll do it to the older guys. If somebody's scared and they'll go get a gun, they'll put the gun on them. You know what I'm saying? Like that's how.
Same story.
That's how the police.
There's a DJ Vlad just did an interview with the police officer, from one of the police officers from the precinct where I grew up at. He just did an interview with him, and it's a whole bunch of documentaries about the precinct where I grew up, how corrupt it was. And at that time, New York City, I'm not New York City, but only my neighborhood, East New York, was the murder capital of the world, of the United States of America. It was only one hood that was the capital of that, not the whole state. And it was because that precinct played a part of it. Vlad just did that interview with that cop like 2 weeks ago, if y'all want to check it out.
Which cop? It was a lawyer and then the dirty cop, correct?
The dirty cop. That was my precinct. That was the precinct that was locking up all the dudes I grew up with. That was the precinct. That was the cop. When we
had some dirty cops too.
Yeah, everywhere do. But Chicago, New York, and LA has the worst cops.
You ain't never lied.
Chicago, New York, and LA, they had the Rampart scandal. If y'all could check that out too, the Rampart scandal in LA that was partially involved in the Biggie and Tupac murders.
Crafty media, stop playing. What? You don't think he talking about Cap? I don't know what you talking about Cap to. And shout out to my cousin Thomas Emerson, Joe, from I got real family up in here. I don't know what he talking about Cap, but what you mean? You don't know how like traumatized Chicago kids is even from the police, bro? You don't know that? You talking about I wouldn't lie. Yeah, let me go back and see what I said so I could clarify myself. But I guarantee you they used to pick us up and make us try to make us go find a gun and stuff. Stop playing. Even like on Halloween. Fuck is you talking about?
And in LA, they used to take the people and drop them off in the enemy gang territory, all kinds of stuff.
Y'all ain't see on Netflix how they did them little boys for that rape? Them little boys was, come on, stop playing, bro. They put it in the and everything. What's going
Hey,
on?
I ain't gonna lie though. But when me and my girl and her friend was going through Skokie, it was a car. It was a green light, and her friend was looking down, texting her mom. As soon as the light turned green, a car beep. So it was like within 2.2 seconds. So I turned around and I said, "Fuck you." Oh, baby, I did just like that. I said, "Fuck you." The car got scared, made a right turn. Don't know what he did, but as we going straight, police swarm us. They swarming us. This is Skokie in Skokie, Illinois. They swarming us. They hop out their guns. Get out the car. Get the fuck out the car. Put your hands out the window. We got our hands up. Put your hands up. Put your hands up. We got them up high as we can go. They say, put your hands up or we gonna shoot. I'm damn. I put my hands out the window. My girl said, don't do that. She don't want me to move it all. I put my hands out the window like I can't go no fucking higher. I put my hands out the window. Some cop walk up to the car. He tell the other cop, "You ready?" I'm thinking they finna blow us the fuck down, folks. He get us out the car. Turns out the dude I flicked off, he called the police and said, "Yeah, it was a black dude with a gun."
Had
Lied
a
his
gun.
ass off. He know a black dude with a gun will get the police riled up so much that they'll be ready to kill us. He was trying to get us killed, bro.
Fact.
Um,
People could have died.
It's so easy to get a black man killed by the police. I could call right now and say it's a black guy outside my apartment, and they'll come so fast. But like, yeah, I feel what you're saying. It's so many stories. Now you didn't win. I could go
so
down a whole rabbit hole with the police.
so
Easy
many.
that.
147 Money, Michael
Like
Dowd.
indeed.
Michael Dowd is the name of the police officer. And that guy from Queens, New York, I know what you're saying about 73rd. That was Brownsville precinct. 73rd and 75th was in cahoots together. So you might as well say they was one precinct. I don't know about 71st though. I don't know about that precinct. Yeah. Yep.
Oh, Lala D asked, not to go off subject. She asked about Chicago house music. I make Chicago house music, so just link up with me if y'all want to get in tune with like the Chicago dance type of
Chicago
music.
made house music.
House music is coming back, right? House music was the
It
show.
it never left. I make it still. It's called footwork.
Oh, house music was popping over here in the 80s and the 90s, boy.
City Girl just put out something about it's time for the percolator. No, the percolator is time for the percolator.
They just stole Chicago's whole lick for when they did that.
For so long. We be getting pissed off because it's like
Chicago was known for the club music. Chicago was known for club
still
music.
make it, but I saw somebody in the comments asked about Chicago house music. So yes, it's still on. It's a culture, and you can get t-shirted, whatever how you say it, with that stuff too, because it's gang members that dance in Chicago, so cliques, but dance cliques from different hoods too that be.
Right. I still be going out to we be having secret clubs with club music and it be powder all over the floor. We be dancing our ass off.
Hey Bishop, I ain't gonna lie. Me and my girl just watched you do your footwork thing, folks. We ain't even know you was coming like that. That was my first time watching that video.
I went viral. I'm actually having we have a special guest coming on.
When Bishop was footwork.
Oh yeah, he's hitting that shit.
Yeah, I can still do it. They doing a footwork documentary on me in August, and the lady who doing it, she has a PhD. We try to get her to come on Monday. But yeah, I told you I went viral a long time ago, before YouTube was monetized and all. So shout out to you, Rico. I made them beats too. You feel me?
Yeah, I said you made them beats. I said, damn, this is my first time watching you footwork. Boy, you was hitting that shit on baby. But
Yeah.
But when you get a chance, I would really like you to stop by my channel because I want the people to hear the good things about Chicago too. Because nobody really talks about that. I want somebody to speak on the good things that happen out there.
There's so much good stuff that happened in Chicago, bro. I mean, Queen Lotus, my fault. There's so much good stuff that happened in Chicago. It get overshadowed by the bad because honestly, there's not enough programs for the youth and for the homeless and for the mentally ill that'll make the world news and be like, look at Chicago improving. You just hear about the murders. Honestly, it's more bad
about
for
the
real.
murders. That's all we hear. We don't hear nothing else about Chicago.
I'm not gonna lie. I want to ask this question too, before it gets too late. How did you end up linking with AZ Faison? I remember Chris Barnes told me you linked them up.
Well, I used to go with AZ we was together for 5 years, and AZ is a good friend of mine. I met him at a book signing, and we became really close because he had some stuff in his book that I had experienced, and we started talking, and then we became a couple for a couple of years, but we learned a lot with each other, so we real tight. That's like one of my best friends.
So you used to date AZ Faison.
Ace Boogie, baby.
Oh, also before we get too far, they want to know what's your channel name. What's your channel name?
Oh, my channel name is the Queen Lotus 126. I'm just growing my channel. I wasn't gonna do a channel, but everybody kept asking me to do one, so it grew. I got 1,000 subscribers now, and
Yeah.
and somebody asked what was my Instagram. My Instagram is lotus.queen.31.
Somebody said, so do you know Kim Porter?
No, I don't know Kim Porter. Kim Porter was from Harlem. She was from Harlem, but I wasn't out in Harlem when I was dealing with AZ. We was living in Jersey, so we wasn't in New York City at the time. Thank you, Stan.
Can you explain?
That's a real supporter right there.
New York and New Jersey and how far that is, because it kind of seems
they call it the tri-state. They call it the tri-state area because we only like 10 minutes away from each other. You got New Jersey on one side, then you have New York, then you have Connecticut. So it's really a tri-state. It's really no difference at all. It's just that Jersey is more rural. We're more of a city in New York, but you got rural areas in New York too, like Long Island and Queens.
My favorite movie, New Jersey Drive. I like that. And
I
Redman,
love that movie. I love that movie. That's one of my favorite movies.
Yeah, I mess with that movie, and I like Redman Cribs episode. So I'll be in tune, but I know they different, but it's kind of like you could mistake them easily.
I see you been in the chat. I see you been talking your mess in the chat.
they most definitely talking.
No, it's some people that I know that's in there. Shout out to all of y'all. Shout out to the ones that like me. Shout out to the ones that don't like me. I love you too.
Somebody asked the question: did you date AZ during his pretty much his cocaine run?
I dated AZ when he was done with that. I was dealing with AZ when he was in Mob Style, like when he was doing his documentaries, and when he had transitioned from a drug dealer to a musician. He was one of the first people. Well, he actually was the first that started his own label, actually.
Somebody wanted to know: was it true that he was cooperated? I remember that was something.
Okay, let me break that down to y'all. What happened? When AZ got shot in the head twice in the body, twice in the head, 7 times in the body, point blank, he got shot 2 times in his head. So when they took him to the hospital, he was on his deathbed, and when the cops came in, the doctor said you only have 5 minutes, and the cops said, "Well, we want that 5 minutes." They didn't even let the doctors work on him. They closed the door and they were questioning A. Now, the dude that shot him in the head twice was the dude that was dating his sister.
Henry dude.
Right? So if somebody told you was about to die and you was at your last breath and you knew that your sister's boyfriend shot you, but would have went back to your family like he didn't do nothing, what would you do? Would you leave your family in the hands of a person like that? No, well, actually, A died for 5 minutes. He was dead. He did die. He came back.
And he thought he was going to die. He didn't think he was going to make it through.
He didn't think he was going to make it, no.
That's God.
That's God, yeah.
That's actually, that same thing happened to a guy named Mad Max. He was with G Herbo. He was on 150.
I heard about that.
Yeah, on his deathbed, he named the people that shot him, but he actually died.
But see, it's a little bit different because I don't know if Mad Max would have been around the person's family. You feel me? Like it happened like Juice. It would have, and the movie Juice was also loosely based on Rich Porter, Alpo, and AZ. And in the movie, they even said to the mother when Bishop shot Raheem, he said to the mother, "I'm sorry, Miss Porter." So that was based on A&M story.
I never knew Juice was based on that.
Yeah. Because we ran into him when we went into VH1, and he told A that. Because A never realized it before then.
Wow. That's crazy.
Drop a bomb for that. That's some straight.
That's crazy.
So that's exclusive information for y'all.
We
Are we
appreciate
back?
that for real. Yeah.
Okay, I don't know what just happened. We good? Can everybody see me?
I can see you. You just lagging a little bit, but I can see you.
Okay. I don't know what's going on. I got good. I pay for good Wi-Fi, unlimited data. Don't do me like that. But in the comment section, you know how they be coming in the comment section. But
Got something for the album. Punch the but
I
yeah.
how
just
long?
answered y'all question. I just told y'all what happened. He was on his deathbed. He died. He was on his deathbed. They told him he had 5 minutes. Kevin was actively in his mother's house. He was a part of their family. What would you have done? Would you have let this man go back around your family while you was dead, knowing that he killed your aunt, he killed your friend, and he tried to kill 3 other people in that apartment? That's on y'all. That's a question you have to ask yourself. How much do you love your family? That's what it boils down to.
Fact.
Mm, facts, facts. I agree. Also, with the whole Pac being from New York thing, I know you was around for that. How did you feel when Pac picked the West Coast over
Oh,
the
I was
New
pissed
over
off at Tupac. I was so mad at Tupac. I'm gonna tell you how I really felt. I felt like Tupac was jealous because when he was locked up, Biggie became Biggie, and I felt,
mm,
that's how I felt. I'm not saying that it's true. That was just my opinion, and it was a lot of people in their ears trying to split them up. It kind of reminds me of the same situation a little bit with Vaughn and Duck a little bit, because
hmm
I feel like if Vaughn and Duck would have had a chance, being that they had been shown a different world, it wasn't no longer just they in the South Side. They both was being exposed to a different world, and they was getting older. I feel like if they had the chance to really talk, they would have been. I think they would have tried to make amends. I just believe that.
as far as Duck and Vaughn,
Yeah, because it's not the same circumstances as if they were still on the street. They was both seeing things that they didn't like in their prospective surroundings. I don't care what nobody say.
mm-hmm.
I
Got
think
you.
they were seeing things they didn't like in their surroundings. They were discovering. You feel me? So
Mm-hmm.
Fact.
Most definitely. So you can agree with me when I say King Von was the Tupac and FBG Duck was the Biggie of Chirac.
that's how I look at it. If you look on my page, I did a video how Duck reminded me of Big.
Duck reminds me of Biggie in a lot of
Duck
ways. I'm not
reminded
gonna
me
lie.
of Biggie in a lot of ways, how friendly he was, how community wise he was. That way, and Vaughn reminded me a lot of Tupac. He even died like Tupac, punching
Mm-hmm.
somebody in the face.
That's true. Von died like Tupac. Did
Yes,
y'all hear that?
It was kind of like the same commotion too.
it was the
Yeah,
same.
yeah,
It was the same thing to me.
yeah. That's
Mm.
facts.
Chris Barnes said Duck was Von. Duck was Pac and Von was Biggie.
Well, if Chris wants to say that, that's fine, Chrissy Pooh. but I always looked at it in a different perspective. But I feel like Duck and Vaughn was a Tupac and Biggie of Chicago,
Yeah,
because
I agree.
the after effect is the same effect that how quiet it was, how it changed a little bit afterwards. That's the same thing that happened when Biggie and Pac died. It was a air of sadness. You feel me?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's
I
facts.
agree. Did you have a favorite between Duck and Von? Who was your favorite?
Come on now, everybody who know me know who my favorite was, and that's
I
Duck.
don't know.
That's
Duck was
Duck.
your
Duck was
favorite?
my favorite. Duck was my favorite. You know why? Because he tried to make peace in front of the whole wide world. He didn't
He
try to do it
tried.
under the table. He did a
Mm-hmm.
whole song, and nobody else has ever done that in the history of drill music. So I'm for peace, and he tried to make peace, but I'm not taking from Vaughn. I think if Vaughn would have had a little bit more time, his perspective would have changed, because he was getting older, he had kids, and he had a new life.
I agree. And he was locked up for 3 years. So he went in with a little boy mind. He came out that same mentality.
Yep.
Right, right. So, I mean, I wish both of them were still here. I really do. I wish I could
Man,
bring. I wish I could bring everybody back, but
oh
it's
man.
just not that way.
Do you have a favorite drill artist that comes from the Chirac drill scene besides Duck?
Duck is my favorite, but I think there was a lot of good drill artists coming from Chicago. And I'm a hip hop head, so I would say L.A., Young Pappy,
Mm.
um,
Young Pappy.
Shooter Shells. I like Shooter Shells. Shooter Shells' music was popping. His beats and his flow was crazy.
I never
Pac-Man.
listened to Shoot the Shells, honestly.
Shooter Shells has some. I mean, I'm a hip hop head, so I like beats. So
I really like him.
I like the beats that Shooter Shells was. Shooter Shells was flowing on them beats. He was swimming on them beats. I like that. And
I'm gonna check some Shooter Shells out.
yeah, Shooter Shells was flowing on them. I mean, what he was saying wasn't very nice, but you know, for me being on outside, if it was just a movie with a song where he was just talking, it was dope. It was dope. Who else did I like? I think Rondo Number 9 was nice.
Rondo Number 9, I liked him. I liked his swag.
Nice. I liked his swag. I like his flow.
He had the swag.
What did I like? It's a lot of them. I liked KTS Vaughn's song. That shit was scary, but it was dope.
KTS Vaughn, he was boy, he told everything. He told a couple murders in that song. I'm listening, damn. These shots rapper snitch on this shit.
He was talking about people dead homies and stuff. That's kind of like just makes me uncomfortable. But if it was just a song that was done, you know, just about through his imagination, that was a dope ass song.
I don't think none of the drill artists thought that the world was gonna be listening to that shit. It was supposed to kind of be like some street stuff where you play it for your hood, but it just blew up like a wildfire. You know,
it was the internet. It was the internet.
Yeah.
And then you had DJ Academics. Then you had Chicago World News. You know, you had these platforms highlighting them and putting them on the stage, and that was good and bad. You know what I'm saying? Because when there was an altercation and something happened, you know how when something happened to you at school or something and you get embarrassed and you feel like you got to redeem yourself. Well, they was put in front of the whole wide world. Yeah. You understand? These are young kids with egos. You know what I mean? So, you know, it's really messed. I don't like what they was doing. And I go sometimes I listen to these videos on YouTube and they be saying the top shooters and stuff. And I be telling them, don't do that. Don't do that. Why are you doing that? Why are you putting them out here like that?
And it's a lot of people just from out of town. Don't nobody in Chicago do that because I don't know. It's just it make it seem cool. So if y'all still putting 5 top drill, the kids that's watching YouTube, they gonna inspire to be on the next.
Exactly. And this is the older people. Sound like they older than me doing this. Like, no, don't do that. Yeah. Don't do that. You gotta preserve these lives. These are young kings. I call it KKK. Kings killing kings.
Blind leading the
Kings
blind.
killing kings. That's a good acronym.
You doing their job.
Perfect acronym.
Yeah. That's what it is.
Chicago could have been New Atlanta.
Let me tell you something. Chicago would have killed Atlanta. Chicago would have took over. It was their turn. It was y'all turn. Y'all had the energy to take over and lead hip hop, and I feel like it was infiltrated by outsiders because they didn't want that.
They take our sauce and don't give us no credit.
Well, they did that to us too with hip hop. We went through the same thing with rap music. Everybody was taking credit and not giving it to us. That's just something that Black people do.
Yeah.
That's what Black people do.
You ain't never lied. You never lied.
Hey, people talking about some. I'm looking uncomfortable. I'm standing up and sitting down. If y'all see my setup, that's why. And I'm looking at y'all right here on my TV. Now people talking about. What you say?
You got somebody named Gooch in the
on the private chat.
I don't know if y'all want me to get off so he can get on.
Oh damn! I ain't even see that. We been doing good now. We can add, bro. We ain't kicking nobody out.
Right. No, you know that. If anything, I get off and let y'all shine.
No, we all. It's enough shine for everybody. What's wrong?
Yo. Let us keep preaching, bro.
In the room like a Tasmanian devil.
Hey, Miss Lady, talking that shit, man. I ain't want to interrupt. Let her keep talking that shit, man. Salute.
No, y'all just remind me so much of the people that I grew up with that I know have. So I couldn't be quiet when I was seeing this happening. I wanted to warn y'all about what was coming because the feds are definitely going to come through there, y'all. Especially since this Mayor Lightfoot called in help. You understand what I'm saying? So I just want y'all to be on y'all P's and Q's and be very, very careful.
But you know, I feel like this the cycle, man. Every 10 years, every decade, it's gonna be something that plays the black community. It was heroin at first, it was crack, it's gonna be gang banging, it's gonna be guns, it's gonna always be something, man.
But
So,
you know what, Ken? You know what I gotta say to that? We have to be aware of that because we can't keep letting people tell us which route to take and how we should move as a unit. We need to start moving as a unit and stop separating each other because we got the whole world looking at us and the whole world hates us. So what sense does it make for us to be going against each other all the time?
Facts.
If that's the case, we might as well just hold hands and just all walk down to the cemetery together. That's how I feel.
People don't want to look soft. They don't want to look soft. If you in the beef, you gonna look soft, and then the fans, which they care so much about, they gonna be like, "Oh no, y'all shouldn't." If a BD and a GD get on the song together, half of the people gonna call them soft. Oh, y'all ain't about that. And little white kids from, Wyoming or whatever. That's who really egging it on. It ain't even nobody from Chicago like that. So.
But we gotta stop being worried about that. See, this is what it is. I'm gonna tell y'all how it used to be before all of this stuff. People infiltrated us and separated us like this. It used to be we had a code. It was unspoken. It was certain things that wasn't done. You don't shoot kids. You don't molest kids. You don't do certain things. If you did, you'd be ostracized. You'd be ostracized, or the whole neighborhood will be on your ass. You have to leave. You understand what I'm saying? And that's what we need to do now. We have to stop supporting things that are not conducive to us as a unit. Stop thinking individually and start thinking collectively. Because if we don't, we're going to just all be dead. We just going to eventually just all be, we're going to be back in slavery times.
That's
giving all these people this free labor, prison, working for 32 cents a day. It's all a plan.
We gotta denounce gang banging, man. Make that shit whack, man. Because everywhere the spots where, man, that gang shit is the realest is the spots where people ain't getting no money. If you look at these states in the rap game, bro, if you look at where they really thriving at, them niggas sticking together. No matter if they Crips or Bloods, they all doing songs together. They all doing, you know what I'm saying? That's why I feel like that rap, when it comes to the rap game, this ain't one from Chicago, because Chicago is a little bit too real for that shit. That shit was for other places where you might can't get up with a person immediately. Chicago ain't built for that. This shit is just a little. New York the same, because the way our cities are infrastructure, it's a big city, man. It's only two cities really, Chicago and New York. LA not even built like Chicago and New York. We infrastructured a certain way. So when you beefing with a nigga here, it's easy for him to get up. We don't have long roads and country towns where it's 3-4 houses on the block. No, bro, we all we all in each other's backyard. So when a motherfucker looking for you, they gonna catch you. We in a metropolitan city. We gotta look at the infrastructure of these cities, bro. This shit is not made for us to be.
It's a white police officer that said something about that.
Yeah, where you from, bro?
I'm from the low end, bro.
Yeah,
bet.
I'm from the low end and out east, so I rep the low end and out east, both.
And we got the New York perspective.
Yes, sir.
Some people are saying blame it on hip hop. I'm not blaming it on hip hop. I blame it more on the outsiders that exacerbated the situation and the people that orchestrated guns being so accessible in Chicago.
That's a fact.
And the lawmakers that's allowing it to happen because they want y'all to wipe each other out because they scared to death of y'all. Okay?
Hey, you talking that shit, Miss Lady, for real though. You really talking that shit though. Hey,
oh baby.
Hey, for real though, cause look, listen, I'm motherfucking 39 years old. You know what I'm saying? When I started gang banging, it wasn't no 50s, it wasn't no 30s. It wasn't no 9mm hard. We had to go to try to get a tech or a 9G. You had to call the motherfucker. We weren't accessible to Dracos and all this shit, man.
You couldn't get no guns, like you couldn't get no 50 shots and no 30 shots.
It wasn't possible, man. So this shit, Like it wasn't possible for me when I was gang banging to go shoot 13 people. I ain't have enough bullets. It wasn't enough
That's
guns.
right.
It wasn't enough bullets. I'm just being honest. You feel me? 95, 96. You wasn't
They
going to shoot
asking
no
me.
20 motherfuckers. You know what I'm saying?
They asking me for
Mm-hmm.
my IG. My IG is lotus.queen.31. Lotus.queen.31. I'm sorry. Go ahead. I'm sorry to interrupt.
Nah, you good. You good. I'm
Hey,
tapping in
Pooch,
with
I want
y'all.
to ask you this question, gang. I want to ask you this
Yep.
question, gang. Especially with you being from the rack, because you got a southern drawl. I thought you were
Yes, sir.
probably like from Mississippi or something like that. But with you being from the rack and you being up in age, what can you say be the biggest thing that changed about gang banging in the city?
The biggest, I mean, bro, that everybody is cliche and everybody say the shit, but it's really the structure, bro. It's really to be honest, bro. When I look back on it, it's really all the structure, bro. When they took all of these heads out the city, see, like if you look at LA, bro, they locked up a lot of they top gang bangers, but they didn't. Like you got the big U's, you got the big homies from their block. One thing I noticed, I've been in LA a lot too. They big homies, 50, 60-year-old niggas still got they pulse on the hood. They still got
Mm-hmm.
they hands on the hood, bro. They still over there, they still checking in, they still controlling the hood. So that's why you don't see as much as it is in Chicago. But bro, what you gonna tell a young nigga that got 100 rounds? Him and all his guys got 100 rounds, 50 round guns.
They off the
What the fuck
drugs.
is you gonna tell them? How you gonna control them? What laws they gonna follow? I wouldn't have followed none either if we had them type of motherfuckers. Shit, I would have done that fucking motherfucking niggas. You know what I'm saying? But it's just, I mean, that's just really, really the gun. I think the gun law is more to blame than anything, bro. To be honest, because accessibility is everything. Without this accessibility, none of this shit would be possible. These niggas have to fall in line and really, really be honest. You know what I'm saying? That's what
Yo,
kept us in line is we didn't have the accessibility. We couldn't just go around the corner and purchase this and buy this, and it just was a different type of
the newest artillery, like the newest guns. There's some shit
yeah,
I took a video just to see what new guns out. You know what I'm saying? Like,
exactly.
oh, what the fuck type of gun is that? Like, all right. So
Exa-
yeah, you have to
exa-
educate yourself on the type of guns that you could just see in a Chirac video. And I
Exactly,
don't want
bro.
to be one of them motherfuckers. So I stay out the way. They piercing through cars and everything. You feel me?
Boy,
Hell yeah.
Bosco 100 said he never seen a 30 clip until Chief
No.
Keef and them.
Yeah, we didn't have those. We only the worst guns we had was the Uzi. Everybody carry like Glocks and stuff like that. You know what I mean? But we didn't have it's shotguns. Like they had shotguns too, but they wasn't with no 30. That's like a machine gun. That's like them Tommy guns. That's like what
Yeah.
I'm saying.
Mm-hmm.
That's a
War
fact.
machine. You just need one bullet for a motherfucker. What Uncle Elroy say? He said I got two bullets. I ain't gonna miss with these two bullets. You know what I'm saying? Like
Hell
you don't
yeah.
need
Bro, once the
17.
once, once the crack generation went out, bro, then the gun generation came in. If you really pay attention, bro. Once the drug generation went out, don't nobody hustle like they used to hustle back. I know y'all from out west, so it's different. Y'all still T though. You hear me? God damn it,
Mhm.
out west be super. Out west getting to gonna always get to it, fool. I ain't gonna lie to you. I stay on matter. I stay going matter. Say, motherfucker got good dubs all in the street like
Don't
water.
buy
You
that
feel me?
shit. Don't buy that shit. Don't buy that shit off
No,
Madison
I ain't.
Pulaski for now.
I ain't fucking with it. I be getting my shit a little different. But I just love that spirit of out west though, because niggas
The
be really
hustle,
still
yeah, I
getting
feel
to
what
it.
he's saying.
Yeah,
They still
Yeah.
serving
yeah,
CDs
bro.
and
You can't do that shit
well.
out south, bro. You can't do
You
that shit out
can't.
south. That shit over with, bro. That shit is over. It's OVC
What would,
nowhere.
what would you explain the difference
You going
between
in
out
and
south
out,
and
bro.
out west is? Who,
Bro,
me?
I think I'm gonna tell you the sole difference. I think is out west is just smaller, bro. I mean, you know what's crazy? I've been in New York City a lot too, Miss Lady, and I compare out west to Harlem, and I think
I'm
out
telling
south
you,
is
you know what? I got a really close friend in Chicago, and when she describes the West Side, I said the same thing. I said that must be the Harlem of Chicago. Then
that
I said
is
the
We
same
got
it.
a street called Harlem.
Yeah, hey, and you know
Yeah,
what? Our west is just continuously moving. It's a hustle. It's fast paced. Our south a little
we
slower,
never
bro. We
sleep.
like Brooklyn. I think we like Brooklyn. We grimy. You know what I'm saying? We a little bit slower. It's more so about the, but we hustle too. Don't get it wrong. You know what I'm saying? But It's out south bigger, bro. So you dealing with so much more shit. It's like three out west in one. You know what I'm saying? So you
Right,
got
right.
different.
That's
Brooklyn has changed a lot from the time when I was growing up here. Like they would
Yeah,
have never put a stadium in Brooklyn back in the days, ever,
yeah,
because it would have been
yeah,
all kinds of crap going on. When they put that stadium there, that's when I knew they were finished gentrifying.
yeah.
Mm.
Hey, Brooklyn, a motherfucker though. Flatbush, Canarsie, fucking
Right,
East New York. What's the other
right.
part
That's
of
where
Brooklyn?
I'm at, East New York. Yeah, but I'm gonna
Yup.
tell you, before Canarsie used to be where I used to go to escape, because the mob used to have Canarsie before
Right,
the gang started coming in. That's where they all used to be, and you could go out there and be at peace
right,
when the mob was there, even though they was doing their dirt. See, even though they were criminals, they looked out for the neighborhood, and they were not racist. Because I went to
right.
high school in
Mm.
Canarsie, and they did not bother us. We were all together, all whites, blacks, all of us.
Yeah,
But they
that's
used to
true
drop a
though.
lot of bodies back there in that Canarsie Hall, in that river area back there. There's a lot of bodies in that water.
Yeah,
Mm.
that's because man, that's back then when gangsters was just men. A lot of these niggas now men. That's the problem. They don't even get a chance to make it to see it be a man. A man gonna carry shit a certain way and take care of the neighborhood and carry himself a certain way. He got a certain morality. He got a certain integrity. When you become a man, a lot of these young guys don't get to become a man. So I get it. You know what I'm saying? They don't make it
Right.
to the
That's
age to where
exactly
they make it. Yeah, they don't make it to their full men.
that's
Back then,
exactly
niggas was
right.
gentlemen. They held the door. Niggas dressed different. They smelled good. They held the door for you. Just different. You know what I'm saying? So,
Right. And they have respect.
yep,
They
exactly.
have respect, even if it was enemies. Like when crack came out, we all. It's just like O Block and STL. We was all together. We all went to school together. But when crack came out and people started fighting for turf to sell drugs, they separated and they started going to war. But they
Yeah,
still was looking out. They could be beefing with somebody I was messing with, but they would make sure I got in the house safely. I be walking through
right.
the park at night and I see them sitting in the Jeep. I feel somebody looking, I turn around. It's the dude I'm messing with enemy watching me walk through the park, making sure I got through there safely.
Mm-hmm.
You understand?
Right. Yep. But it's kind of like Generation X now, man. Anything goes. Don't
Anything.
it's so crazy now. Where I think it ain't even no further than it can go. I mean, motherfuckers going
How
to the
much worse can
cemetery.
it get?
It can't get. I don't think it's even possible for it to get worse. Motherfucker going to your cemetery. They just took a dude casket out the funeral home. What the fuck more can you do? I don't even think it's nothing more possible you could do. Shit, I mean, it gotta when things get too far, I think it's all set to reverse. It's just like your
Mm-hmm.
engine. When your engine burn out, you just got to get a new engine, and this shit is
It's
gonna
either
eventually
gonna be
burn
that,
out.
it's either gonna be that gooch, or we gonna all be going in Noah's Ark, or they gonna have to reset the whole wide world again, because this is
Yeah,
out of control.
yeah. But
Mm-hmm.
now they gonna come. You know what I was listening to earlier? They was talking about it. What they gonna do is they about to come with another crime bill, like Bill Clinton and Joe Biden them came in with
Yeah,
1994.
yeah.
They're about to come with this. They're about to come with these new bills and these new laws. They're gonna come with these new gun laws, and they finna send a whole nother generation of motherfuckers away. It's finna be
They gonna
thousands
send
of
them away.
thousands. Yeah, it's finna be thousands and
20.
thousands of
That's
niggas.
what they did here. They when they was rounding up all of those people I was telling y'all about, 30 to 50 at a time in each project and each hood. They
Hmm.
gave them 30 to 35 years.
Yep, and they just coming home.
Some of them just coming home, but
Yep,
I'm talking about and yeah, you right about that. Some of
yeah,
them are just getting home and they older than me.
yep. Yeah, that's what they about to do, man. These white folks gonna always keep it playing. Y'all want to play? See, because they don't understand. America is business. When you start fucking with the money, once this shit start fucking with these white folks'
Right,
money, they finna come with
right.
a trick for your ass. Ain't nothing, man. We living in a country, man. We
That's
we
right. Once you
we
start
we
messing,
run.
once they killed Duck at the Gold Coast, that was the beginning.
Yeah, y'all. That was y'all. That's a fact, Miss Lady. You be talking that shit though. I ain't gonna lie.
It's not that I'm
Oh
so
my baby.
Gooch. It's not that I'm so smart or nothing. I
No,
seen it before. I'm
four.
saying
Yup,
it's a
yup,
repeat. It's a
yup,
repeat.
yup. You ain't lying. Because when you get this fucking with the economics of the city, and then I even read, I remember a long time ago, well, it wasn't too long ago, but I read an article when they was talking about when that shit happened, you just spoke on, they were saying like that the residents was writing to the alderman downtown, the alderman in that area saying that they scared to walk their dogs now. They don't want to be by their windows at night because they scared, they traumatized, they don't know if bullets gonna come through their window. And so you got to think about people that's paying $2 million for a condo in the
That's
Gold
right.
Coast. They paying 900. That all the politics always beat the streets. So when you
That's
got
right.
these,
It was
when you got then you got these white folks paying all this money, and they get to complaining to the alderman, put that pressure on the mayor. The alderman, it goes steps and steps up, then it goes to the feds, and then it goes to this, and then it goes to that. You know what I'm saying?
and the
So,
feds don't play. They will let them rock for a little while longer because you know what they're doing? They're dotting all their I's and crossing all their T's. And when they get these people in the court, it ain't gonna be no defensive lawyer
yeah,
they can get or criminal lawyer that's gonna get them out of it. And they
yeah,
have all those Instagram posts, all those Twitter posts, all those YouTube videos on file.
yeah.
It's going to
That's a
be
fact.
even easier than it was when we was growing up because we didn't have the internet and all that stuff.
Right. That's a fact. That's a fact, though. And you know one thing too, though, why I think all of this shit hasn't been really done yet, to be honest, is because the feds are money based. If you notice, the feds don't really they'll let the state deal with the bullshit, the crime, the violence. They tend to usually let the state deal with that. When you get the money laundering and you get to fucking tax evasion and you get to dealing with money, then that deals with the infrastructure of the United States. And then that's when the federal government comes in. So the federal
That's
government
right.
really hasn't stepped in Chicago yet because they can't tie money to it. They like, well, we know it's a billion murders, but where is the money at? They can't
Mm.
tie no money because see, Chicago, we move different. We don't.
Right.
It ain't a whole lot of. It ain't like it's this big RICO act where you gonna get all of these hella money and selling all these drugs because niggas barely even sell drugs now. The streets different now.
Right.
You can't get them on the same thing that you can get Alpo and them on because ain't no
Right.
kilos. It's not no
Right.
kilos nowhere. These niggas don't move like that. They don't make their money like that no more. So that's why the
Right.
feds so disheveled because they wondering what the fuck is we gonna do? Like, yeah, we got hearsay. It's a whole lot of shit.
But you
Cause
know what's going
believe,
to take the place of the keys, King? These goddamn social media platforms.
mm-hmm,
That's what's going to
mm-hmm,
take place of the keys and all of that stuff and the money. You know what I'm saying?
right, yeah, cause
But once
they
they did that at the Gold Coast, the feds was there, but they became active after that
yeah.
happened at the Gold Coast.
Hey
Mm.
Rico, did you see Buddy just shot the ATF agents, bro? Did you see that
I
shit?
seen that. I seen that talking
Oh,
about they thought they was ops. I
bro,
mean,
that shit.
that's kind of believable. The way 12 be
And,
sitting on blocks in them unmarked cars with the tents
yeah,
on them.
and bro, that shit what really let me know, and that's what kind of scared me. I'm like, oh yeah, they on their way after shit like that. When you get to shooting the FBI and federal agents and shit, they like, oh no, come on, hold on
Hmm.
now. This shit ain't no lie. They really is cracking. You know what I'm saying? They
Yeah,
gonna get to
man.
looking
Like
at this shit totally different, bro. It's like, man,
that martial law coming. That martial law coming.
oh
Now,
yes
Listen,
sir.
I was trying to warn people after Duck died. Everybody was cursing me out. Oh, shut up! You just want you just want people to go to jail. But I understand that was their ignorance. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Even with the
hmm
mob, they had a consigliere and a godfather for consultation before they killed somebody.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
if you kill somebody without permission or a reason, a good reason to do so, they would kill you.
Right.
hmm
Yeah.
The only, and they operated for 30 years. What happened was when they had a savage, John Gotti, do what he was doing, it brought down the whole mob.
Yeah.
hmm
That's
It
true.
was
And
Gotti.
but you know what's the difference between them and us, right? You know what's the difference,
What's
Miss
that?
Lady, is they got a language that they can speak and they got a country to go back to. So that's how you see what people don't understand about the American mafia is they come from the mafia in Italy and Sicily. So the people that was in Sicily still had their hands in the mob in America. They was always kicking back to them. Period.
Right.
You get what I'm
And
saying? That's what.
and there
That's
was
why.
rules you had to go by. Because I
Yeah,
got a
that's
friend, his name is Galano. I'm not gonna say his first name, but Galano. Me and Galano had a long conversation, and we talked about how they took down the mob and the black street gangs at the same time. They let them rock at the same time, and they took them down at the same time because
yeah.
Italians was committing genocide against each other also.
That's a fact, y'all. That's a fact. Every
There
race
was
do that.
bodies dropped. Yeah, there was bodies dropping left and right with the mob in New York City.
Hell, hell yeah. Man, you know how many white boys kill white boys? Do you know how many Asians kill Asians? But it's not publicized because it's not juicy. It's black. See, black culture is it's pop culture. This shit is juicy. It's people out, man. It's niggas in Chicago who have never rapped a song in their life who is famous all across the world.
Right,
It's
right.
gangbangers from Chicago who is famous. Niggas know them in London. They can go to
Mm,
London right now and motherfuckers will shout their name and they never rapped a song in their life. Do you
mm.
know how powerful that is?
That's
Yeah.
That's
powerful.
that's strong. That is
Because see,
strong.
this is the thing I'm trying to tell y'all. We are a people that everything we do, the world will follow.
Yeah. Yeah.
Everything we do, the world watches. So we
No.
can't really be mad when people don't respect us when they watch us assault and kill each other. It's like if you kick your dog, somebody else gonna come and kick your dog. You feel
Facts.
me?
Facts.
Mm-hmm.
So if
Yeah.
we don't respect each other, nobody else is gonna respect us. Look at YouTube. You got everybody fighting with each other. All these white people with millions of followers and millions of views. You think they be fighting with each other like this?
Hell no.
No,
No.
no.
But
Mm.
that's because I feel like the black race as a whole, and I love to talk about this with because there's only black folks on here, is we the perfect example of hurt people hurt people.
Mm-hmm.
We are the perfect example of hurt people hurt people. All we did was internal
It's misplaced anger. That's what
anger,
it
yeah.
is.
We internalized all our hate and all our hurt that we had from everybody else and just took that shit out on each other. But this shit happened before we was born. See, it's bigger than us. So I understand that, but I just wish we would get to the point where we would start when we see another nigga in the gas station, we look at him like family as opposed to looking at him like a op. Cause when I go
Mm-hmm.
somewhere, they gonna look at me 3 times. They gonna roll. They gotta make sure I ain't no. But when this white man walk in, they don't even fucking look at him. He can walk down the block. Nobody. This nigga got 12 guns on him. Nobody ain't paying no attention. But it's just my black skin. I'm an enemy for white people. I'm an enemy for black people. I'm an enemy against Asians. I'm an enemy against black women. I'm an enemy against everybody. Being a black man, it's nobody that I'm allied with unless it's
Right.
my
You don't
gang.
have
And
no
that's why
friends. You
niggas
don't
so
have no
and
friends.
yeah, and that's why niggas so close to that gang, cause that's their only ally. That's their
But
only
see,
ally out here really in this world is the niggas that you fuck with and grew up with. So who else you gonna fuck with?
what good is that if they're terrorizing their own people?
Mm-hmm.
If
True,
they're hunting each other, they actually hunt each other down like it's a sport.
true. But when we come from Africa, we was in a village, one village go against the next village. Even though we all lived in the Sudan, we might have all been in Nigeria. But guess what? This tribe was going to war with this tribe to see who was the strongest tribe. This shit, life is tribal.
But
The
you know
world is
what?
tribal.
But they did used to try to work it out first, and if it couldn't be worked out, then they would go to war.
Right, fact. But no, the difference is the war didn't end in death. Sometimes the war didn't always end in death. See, that's the thing. When I was little, I got jumped on. I got my ass whooped a few times in gang shit. We used to fight in school. I went to Kenwood. We fought.
Mm.
No motherfucker didn't die. Didn't nobody die after that? Everybody fought. You
Yeah,
got your ass whooped. Motherfucker
you
got
got your
swole
ass
eyes,
beat, right?
put in the
I knew.
hospital. I know motherfuckers been put in the hospital. Their heads been wrapped up. I know niggas been beat halfway to death, but they still alive though,
But they
and that's
say
a
it was
fact.
like that at first. It was like that at first over here too, and then they put the guns out here and they start picking up the guns. And I think they did the same thing in Chicago because they was fighting at first too, and then
Yeah,
it
yeah,
turned into gunplay.
yeah. See, Chicago. I feel like with Chicago, nothing has really changed. For me, it's just the cameras on now. You know what I'm saying? Just to
Right,
Yeah.
be honest, the
right.
internet just has been created. Just to be honest, I was born in 1982. I've been in Chicago a long, really long time. And you know what I'm saying? Like this shit has never nothing been, but it's just more control. We used to sit outside on the streets all night, 4 o'clock in the morning. We on the block,
Mm-hmm.
sitting on
Yeah,
crates, motherfuckers out there
yeah.
drinking, people pulling up.
Playing
Nobody's coming
tag, the
through trying
kids
to.
outside.
Yeah,
Facts,
no,
facts.
nobody's trying to come through and kill us. Chicago hasn't always been like this, and that's why I be wanting to speak from the older generation. Motherfuckers get it twisted. I remember the Chicago. We used to go on the projects. Niggas, it was 40 niggas in there with 1,000 bags apiece. Chicago been getting money. We a money city to really to be. And we a gang banging that money city, but money was always first. But once that drug era kind of phased out, it got right back to the bullshit.
It got terrible after that.
Yup. Crack was a distraction. To be honest, the drug era was a
Crack was
distraction.
the nuclear bomb that
Mm-hmm.
hit the urban communities and destroyed us. We never recovered from crack. We never got the morals back before crack. We never got the unity back before crack. It destroyed us. It turned us from a collective community to an individualistic community. It's all
Facts.
about me, me,
Mm-hmm.
me, and not us, us, us.
Yup. Yup. And that's part of the problem. We need to start hugging each other. We need to start looking at each other like, and that's why I like, man, I'll never
I
forget the
gotta
first
address.
one.
Let me address this dude, Kelvin Bonds. I'm gonna tell y'all what he said. He said a woman can't talk about street problems because they haven't went through it personally. Let me tell you something, sweetie pie. Okay, um, women are the ones that sit back and take it all in and do all the analyzing. I
Mm-hmm.
could school my man before his man can school him. You know why? Because I have sat there and watched every scenario of the streets and
Yeah.
I know all of it.
He not too mature. He spoke out of turn with that one. He wrong with that one. Because women is the
See,
catalyst to everything. Without women, this shit don't even turn. To be
it's just
honest.
that
Yeah. Without a
a
strong
lot of
black
these
woman, I
women
agree.
now, a lot of
Man.
these women now are misled and they really don't understand the game. Just like these
Hmm.
dudes don't understand the game.
The women
I
be
could
the
see
one
something.
figuring out how to bury your ass. When your ass die, you know, women be the one getting up money figuring out how to bury your stinking ass. It don't be no sitting a whole lot of men sitting around. It don't be
Yeah,
no them
you're
be
right.
your
That's your
mamas and
woman.
your sisters, them be your sisters and shit coming up with money. Niggas need to stop playing. When you go to jail, nigga, I done been in jail for years on pine years, bro. When you go to the joint, it is no man coming to see you. A
Yeah.
man never came to see me in the jail ever. It was all
Nah.
women. My mother, my sister, my aunties. They brought my son up there. He was still a toddler. They brought my son to see me. It was all women. I don't remember. I mean, my father held me down. He sent me money and sent me shoes and shit. And you know what I'm saying? When I was a juvenile, but bro, other than that, bro, ain't no nigga coming to see you in no
See, and
man.
since we wasn't participating as much as men, we were the ones that was taking everything in.
Yeah, yeah,
So I knew how to save somebody's life 10 times, like way before it even came, because I saw it coming.
right,
Mm-hmm.
yeah. Because y'all don't have the same distractions that we do. See, women ain't this. When me and we have other distractions. We in the streets, we chasing it, we trying to do this, we trying to do that. Women got a little bit more patience. Y'all can sit
Right,
back
and they're
and
supposed to play their position and be the eyes and the ears and the mind
yep,
for their whoever they're around, their men, their family
Mm-hmm.
members, their man. You're
Yep.
supposed to be. That's what I was to my peoples, and that's why they love me the way that they do, because I never steered them wrong. I was always sitting back analyzing. And it's been times where I couldn't save people and they got killed by not didn't listen to me. Whereas if they listened to me, they would still be here today.
right. Yeah, that's right. Hey, we all share the same struggle. That's one thing about black folks, you know. When I
Mm-hmm.
start traveling and getting up out the rack and start moving around, I see like, man, motherfuckers talk different than us. They might look a little different, everything, but man, this shit is all the same, bro.
It's all the
Everybody,
same.
man, it's all the same.
We all the
Nebraska,
same. We all connected. We got different slang. We got different way
hmm,
we dress. But when it boils down to it, we all connected.
yep,
And I think once we understand that, that's when we could take our rightful place on this planet and stop being the ones that everybody kicking around.
yep,
Mm-hmm.
facts. But I predict that this shit is gonna get better before it get worse. I think it's about to be a major change. We've been dealing with this whole era of rap music, this drill, all this bullshit. This shit been going on almost 10 years. If you look at the not see what I do is follow history. I look at how history works. If you look at history, shit change up every decade. Something gonna change. And can't nobody beat the universe and beat the natural cycle. My game ain't gonna be around. True, the streets gonna be around. People gonna be getting killed, but just the natural cycle of how our culture is moving and how shit is going. This shit ain't gonna be like this. Give it another 2, 3 years. These kids now that's 12 and 13, they gonna be 16 and 17, and they gonna be on the whole another way. It might be some. It might be dancing. Might be in. It might be some
Mm.
Well,
whole nother other
some
shit.
of these
Some niggas,
kids are super intelligent and they're entrepreneurs now already.
yeah,
Before
yeah,
at 16, they're millionaires.
yeah,
So it's our responsibility. And I would say really the ones in the 30s, that's 30s and their 30s, because they know the old school and the new school. They're the last hope for us. They're the teachers.
yeah.
You know what I'm
Yeah, that's me.
saying?
That's me. 39. Shit.
That's right.
Well,
They're the
I'm 38.
teachers.
I'm still 38. Let me stop claiming 39. I ain't 39 just yet, but I'm 38. I'll be 39 in a few weeks. So, yeah, that's my era. I remember when Tupac was still alive. I was outside, and I remember the Chief Keef era. Shit, I wasn't even that old. Chief Keef came out, so it's like I didn't seen the
I didn't
best of
know
both
nothing
worlds. I'm still in
about
my
Chief Keef.
20s when that nigga came out.
You know who told me about Chief Keef? AZ.
Oh
Mm.
yeah,
I didn't know
AZ
nothing
Faison.
about Chief Keef. And he was telling me, I remember one day he was like, Renee, that little young boy Chief Keef, I'm kind of digging that little young boy. He got some shit with him.
right, yeah. Yeah, Shorty's kind of changed the world, man, without him even knowing. Being a kid, and that's what's fucked up because everybody took that. This kind of like my take on it. To be short, I don't want to talk too much, but like I look at everybody like with this Keef and this drill shit. Like everybody took that shit and ran with it from other states and other areas, but they ain't realize they was following the kid. They weren't
But you
following
know
Mm.
the
what?
30-year-old
Let me
nigga
tell
from
you something, Gooch.
Chicago.
I'm gonna tell you from the history of hip hop. That's how it's always been.
Yeah,
Anything
true.
that was new was taken and everybody started to it changed the style.
Yeah,
That's what hip hop does. It's an energy, and they
but I
stifle that energy in other states, but it has to show up somewhere, and it popped up in Chicago, and they follow
true,
that energy. So that's why I believe that it was all by design for this to happen. And that's what I want
true.
people in Chicago to know. It's not just y'all. It's outsiders that's infiltrating and manipulating situations for y'all to do this to each other. And y'all have to be more aware. That's why I have brought AZ to Chris Barnes' show.
Mm.
Right.
Because I wanted Chicago to hear another perspective.
Well, I agree.
True.
I agree most definitely. But before I get up out of here, man, I want y'all guys to be regulars on the show. I most definitely enjoyed this conversation. It don't all got to be about Chirac Drill,
Remember.
but I do got to get up out here and bust this move. So what can everybody find y'all? And I go live Mondays, Fridays, 7 p.m. to whenever. And I want y'all to be regulars if y'all could be.
Oh, that's
Okay.
sweet.
Hey
You
man,
can find me at lotus.queen.31 on Instagram. And you can find me online on YouTube, The Queen Lotus. One word, The Queen Lotus 126. Every now and then I drop something on my page when something happens, and I dropped something about Dre. I was kind of angry. I didn't mean to be cursing y'all out, but I cursed everybody ass out on that live.
It
hey
be like
man,
that. Y'all go.
what days you say you go live again, Rico? My fault, I ain't hear you.
You good, gang. I go live Mondays, Fridays, 7 p.m. until whenever. Usually until like 9 o'clock. That's when I gotta bust that move. But
Okay.
yeah, most definitely. Y'all
I'm a
feel
def
free to come through anytime.
love, bro. I've been following you for about a month now. Shit, I've been
803
tapping
ouch.
in
Let
with
me say something to this dude, 803 ouch. I did not trade on Chris Barnes. Chris Barnes got angry with me for something, and he said some things to me on the live, but he could have just called me on the phone and talked to me. But I'm not mad at him, but I'm not going to be stepping on people's toes and triggering people to get angry with me, and all I'm trying to do is help. So I did not trade on Chris Barnes. I still got love for Chris Barnes. But if people don't want to be bothered with me, I'm not going to force myself on them.
Mm.
right.
That's it.
That's that's true. I don't even know who Chris Bonds is. I gotta check. I gotta check him out. I ain't even into him, man.
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie, Chris Barnes, how he taught me how to use StreamYard. He a real dude. You know, we had a
He's the
couple
one. He's
interviews.
the one that put me on to you. But
Yeah,
see, this is what people don't understand. I was already moderating for AK, and I was already moderating for Hassan Campbell. I was already moderating on a lot of different channels, but I don't get involved in their interactions with each other. You feel me?
Mhm.
This is
Right.
YouTube. I have the right to go to any channel I want to. This ain't no game. If I listen to 10 people a day, I can listen to something Rico say. I listen to something Chris Barnes say. I listen to something AK-47 say on the same
Right.
subject.
Yeah.
Because all of y'all have different opinions and
Hey, how you
different ways
doing?
of discussing it.
All right.
So I
Mhm.
don't feel that I should be limited to, and people thinking I'm trading on them if I'm somewhere else. Because if they're saying something negative about someone and it's wrong, I'm going to say it's wrong.
Right.
Or I'm just not going to say nothing. I'm not going to participate in it because I don't feel that way. But other people have the right to their opinion.
Most definitely.
That's a
Hey
fact,
Bishop. Hey, shout out to Bishop. That's my
man.
co-host. He had to get up
Shout
out of
out.
here.
Yeah, shout out Bishop, man. He tapped up out of here, bro.
He talked about that. He most definitely hit the chat. Hey, that's love, Bishop. I appreciate that, gang.
Yes, sir, man. I'm gonna tap in with you though, Rico. I've been following you, man, about a month now and shit. I've been tapping in with you, bro. So I'm definitely I'm fucking with the channel, bro. I always fuck with your shit, so I'm gonna definitely tap in with you, man. Cause I like that you from the city, bro. Cause it been the motherfuckers I done tapped in with. I fucks with them, bro. Don't get me wrong. You need everybody perspective, but I just love that you from here, so you can really, really, you know what I'm saying? I love that shit.
Mhm.
But Miss Lady though, don't get me wrong though. She understand is the man. Look, bro, I think she live next though, cause she understand like a motherfucker, man. But we from Chicago and New York. We really the same. To be
Yeah,
honest, don't
Chicago, New
nobody
York,
else,
the same.
bro. Don't nobody else get out, bro. Don't nobody, ain't nobody else shit built like how our shit is. So
Don't
they
nobody
wouldn't do
really
it.
understand us like
Mm-hmm.
Chicago and New York can understand us. So, I just want us to do better. That's all.
That's a fact, man. It was a pleasure to meet you, Miss Lady. It's good tapping in
You
with you,
too.
Rico.
Nice to
Love,
meet you
brother.
too, Gooch. And Rico, thanks for having me on. And shout out to the chat.
No
Peace and
problem.
love to everybody.
Most definitely, they most definitely love y'all. Remember, Monday 7 p.m., Friday 7 p.m.
Yes,
Y'all
sir,
can
man.
most
I got
definitely
my
feel
note.
free to join.
And
Right, I
if you
got the
ever want me to step
notification.
in, just hit me, Rico. Hit me on Instagram, and I'll be here.
All right, most definitely, and I'll come on your platform whenever you're ready for it.
Okay.
All right.
Okay,
Peace
most
Love,
and
definitely.
brother.
love, y'all.
Yes, sir.
All right, y'all.
All
I
right.
appreciate it.
Yeah. Take it easy.